escorted by her parents, Dawn and Lincoln. Shayna is a 4-year starter and has played in 165 games in her career. Shayna has been a staple in the infield and a double threat of power and speed offensively. She is currently leading the Crusaders with a 353 batting average. This year, Shayna broke NGU's single-season home run record and is ranked number 1 in Division II for home runs on the season. Shayna is a sports management major and would like to pursue a career in the medical field. Let's give a hand to Shayna Finney.
Do you want me to do the scoreboard, or do you still want to do it with broadcasters? I can do it because I'll be sitting for recording.
Our next senior is number 2, Christy Riley, who's being escorted by Hunter and Nora Riley. Christy is a true utility, starting at second base and then making her way to the outfield. She had a career high 315 last year. Christy is very involved with SCA. She's actually named NGU Homecoming Queen last year. Christy is an education major and wants to become a first-grade teacher. Let's give a hand to Christy. Our next senior is number 16, Morgan Roach, who has been escorted by her parents, Greenville and Lily Roach. Morgan has been named second team all-conference for the last 3 years and was named to the academic all-conference team last year. Morgan has 3 home runs on the season. Morgan will graduate with a health and wellness degree and wants to pursue a career as a nurse practitioner. Let's give a hand to Morgan Roach. Our final senior is number 25, Megan Johnson, who's being escorted by her parents, Rusty and Angel Johnson. Megan is a 4-year starter. She started out catching but found her home at third base. She has been named second team all-conference and was named to the academic all-conference. Megan had over a 300 batting average last year and is currently hitting 352 with 4 home runs on the season. Megan will graduate with a health and wellness degree and wants to become a strength and conditioning coach. Let's give a hand to Megan Johnson. Now let's give one last round of applause to all of our seniors here on Senior Day.
That's why I really feel like And welcome back, all set, well, just about set to start game 2. Amanda Coffrin will be the starter for the Crusaders. The batting lineup pretty much looks the same for Limestone. In fact, it looks like the exact same to me. Bailey Mabry leading off, Tessa Fawcett batting second, Caroline Hill batting third, Emma Swearingen batting fourth, Sydney Turner fifth, Bailey Pearson sixth, Macy Parker seventh, Jordan Howe eighth, and Sam Thornton ninth. And Josie Weber is the pitcher for the Limestone Saints. We'll go over the lineup for North Greenville at the bottom of the inning. So here we go.
Leading off for the Saints, Bailey Mabry.
So Bailey Mabry will lead off for the Saints.
Little Shania Twain action there.
First pitch is a called strike, and we are underway in game 2.
Oh, what
Swinging
a shot.
Ground ball to third, over to first in time for out number 1. Ball was sharply hit. Nice stop by Megan Johnson over at third base to make the throw to first for the out. So here's Tessa Fawcett. First pitch to her is a called strike.
Something else I've noticed in softball that you can't do in baseball is pitchers are allowed to wear throwing sleeves. That's a big no-no in baseball, which I guess
And a pop-up right back to Coffrin for out number 2.
which I guess the ball is a different color. But in baseball, if you have it on one arm, you got to have it on the other. So.
First pitch to Caroline Hills, a called strike. We will keep up with pitch count for this game. Coffrin currently at 5, as you see on the bottom right of the graphic. Another called strike. Coffrin looking good in this opening inning.
That she is.
And that one well inside for ball 1. And that one low and outside, even the count at 2-2. Full count.
She's working, and that's for sure.
Caroline Hill, an excellent hitter. She's not going to go down without a fight.
No. There's a reason she bats 356 for a reason.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Coffrin goes 3 up, 3 down with just 10 pitches here in the top of the first. We head to the bottom in just a moment. You're watching the North Greenville Sports Network. And coming to the bottom of the first, we'll go over the North Greenville lineup real quick. Shayna Finley leading off, Grace DeBoer batting second, Megan Johnson batting third, Kate Lee batting fourth, Caitlin Wagers batting fifth, Morgan Herlong batting sixth, Morgan Roach batting seventh, Kelsey Rivers batting eighth, and Brooke Wade batting ninth. And we mentioned, obviously, pitching was Amanda Coffrin in the top of the first. Josie Weber, the pitcher for the Limestone Saints. Try to find her numbers real quick. Weber has had a fantastic season, a 1.63 ERA, 13-1 for the season.
Wow.
She's good.
And her one loss is, I believe, to Anderson. And Anderson's another nationally ranked softball program.
So here is Shayna Finley. First pitch to her is high and outside for ball one. And that one high and inside. And that one high. So a 3-0 count to Shayna Finley. And that one is a called strike. Shayna Finley thought it was ball four.
There it is.
And that one is a called strike too.
Wow. Here we go with the wild strike zone again.
Must have just got the outside corner of the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's a good thing she wasn't lefty. Grace DeBoer would have got a hit.
And swing and a miss. So frustrating at bat for Shayna Finley. That ends up being a strikeout. And if you're North Greenville as good of a pitcher as Josie Weber is, you're going to have to take advantage of those times where she's going to be behind the count, because I doubt it's going to be very common today.
Yeah. You want to get early and often on a good pitcher, so.
And here's the ball that's popped up. Caught by the first baseman, Sydney Turner, for out number two.
Next to bat for your Crusaders, number 25, Megan Johnson.
So here's Megan Johnson.
Another senior, celebrating senior day, as we just seen just a little bit ago. Thankful for Megan and all her hard work she's put in this program.
Called strike to begin her at bat.
She's kind of done like most catchers do. These kind of give you a little bit of problem. Somebody else comes in, she moves on over to third, the hot corner. And she has really done a fantastic job.
That ball fouled away, 0-2.
So, Megan, we thank you for all your hard work over the years, and
Oh, 2 pitch, and hit the the barrel of the bat, but it's going to be an easy out, number 3, and North Greenville goes 3 up, 3 down. In fact, both teams go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first, and both pitchers threw 10 pitches. So we'll head to the top of the second in just a moment here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Leading off for the second will be the cleanup hitter for Limestone, Emma Swearingen, followed by Sydney Turner, then Bailey Pearson. One thing worth mentioning, the clouds have pretty much covered up the blue in the sky. Most of it. There's still some, in fact, right over us it's still blue, but a lot of cloud coverage right now. First pitch to Swearingen is a ball high. And there's a called strike.
Both of these umpires like the strike zone out. Got a very, very wide strike zone.
Yeah, based on the broadcasts we've done over the last couple of years, it seems like it's pretty common in softball for the outer part of the strike zone to be a lot wider than the inside.
Yeah.
Based on this view. Now, you know, we're offset a little bit, so, you know, that does have a little bit to do with it, but there's a foul ball that's going to be caught down the right field line by Kate Lee for out number 1.
Next up for the Saints, number 5, Sydney Turner.
Yeah, I'd be really curious if we were in dead center field to see, you know, how close these pitches are. It would either make the umpire look really good or really bad, one of the two.
Yeah, I'm going to go with maybe the latter half most of the time, because
now in their defense, calling balls and strikes is tough.
It's difficult, but it's not that hard. I mean, I've set a good many innings behind the plate, and I've got a pretty good idea of where the strike zone is over the years. Yeah, I mean, it is a bang-bang play call, whatever you want to say. It's a judgment call, this, that, and the other. But if you look in the Major League rule books, that right there would have been a strike. Because if you look in the Major League rule books, the strike zone goes from the top of the armpit to the bottom half of the knee. And that's a big strike zone. And 90% of the guys call it from the chest, wherever you're, you know, the bottom of your logo, usually on your chest of your jersey, to the top of your knees. And so it's just, you know, it's just a judgment call, but still, they can get out there sometimes.
Base hit through the left side by Sydney Turner will get her to first. Bailey Pearson will step up to the plate. Haven't gone over Amanda Coffrin's numbers. We'll do that right now. Coffrin comes in with a 2.8 ERA, 10-7 for the season. 39 walks, 114 strikeouts. So her walk to strikeout ratio is fantastic.
Yeah. How many strikeouts did you say she had?
114.
Wow.
And 106 innings pitched, so that's almost a strikeout per inning.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's tough to do.
Hats off to Coffin.
Now, with that being said, let's see how she does against this Limestone lineup, which even when they get out, they are not striking out.
She already has one, so
yeah, right on par, just about.
Oh, just about. Oh,
definitely went around there. 1-2 the count.
Almost looked like she rolled over on her ankle almost. She got way out there in front of it. Almost looked like her leg buckled underneath her.
And she made contact with that one. Caught by Kate Lee for out number 2. So that'll bring up Macy Parker, the catcher, batting 7th in the lineup.
I'd be willing to say she's hit 300 now.
Yeah, we'll have to, the stats aren't currently updated for either team, so we'll have to wait on that.
She had a pretty good offensive performance that last game. She went 2 for 3, the walk. So that'll shoot you batting average up real quick. Cofford's bringing it right now. She's absolutely slinging the ball.
That one's going to be fouled away.
There it is again.
Another Seminole
war
chant.
chant.
Do they have game 1 chants and game 2 chants? Because
in this sport, you never know.
Because we've already heard 2 that we did not hear in the first game. Line drive foul.
There's the foul ball again coming into play. I wonder if we broke a record for most foul balls in a game that first game.
Don't think that's an NCAA stat.
I don't know if it's a stat, but
might be one of those things. If you absolutely wanted it, you could call Guinness World Records, because
I'm sure that
you can get a world record for anything.
Yeah.
So as long as you pay the money, I think they'll come out.
Because Kelsey Rivers had to hit it 11 in a row.
Yeah, something like that. Well, I think there were about 6 or 7 in a row, but total, yeah probably about 9 or 10 foul balls and 1 at bat.
He was on it.
And that's going to be a walk.
That was a strike just a minute ago to Shayna Finley.
So with runners on first and second, that brings up Jordan Howe, the designated player. First pitch to her is a called strike.
Out there on that outside half again, so.
And another called strike. Wind blowing in just a little bit, not much.
Oh,
and swing and a miss.
What
Strike 3.
What a pitch.
So Amanda Coffrin averages about a strikeout per inning. She's pitched 2 innings. She has 2 strikeouts, right on par. So we will head to the bottom of the inning in just a moment. So as we head to the bottom of the second, leading off will be the cleanup hitter, Kate Lee, followed by Caitlin Wagers, then Morgan Herlong. Josie Weber, as well as Amanda Coffrin, pitched 10 pitches in the first inning. Coffrin needed 21 in the second. So we'll see if Weber matches that or if she can pitch a few less pitches. First pitch to Kate Lee is going to hit the outside corner for strike 1. That one outside. So checking the stats, we were a little off. Coffer now at 34 pitches. And Weber at 13. So that pitch is fouled away to make it 1-2. And goes down to get that one. Ground ball over to first in time for out number 1. So the catcher, Caitlin Wagers, steps up to the plate. First pitch to hers inside. And another ball, that one low. Two-0 count to Wagers is in there for a called strike. Wagers now ahead in the count, 3-1. Weber's 20th pitch coming up. And a pop-up in foul territory. We'll do it again. Three-two pitch is just inside for ball 4. Morgan Herlong.
Let's see if she can string something together. She's another one of those players that's due for something. Been kind of quiet the last few outings.
First pitch to Herlong. It's going to be low. And that one's going to be high, 2-0. Josie Weber, good walk to strikeout ratio as well. 23 walks, 66 strikeouts. But she's fallen behind several hitters so far.
Yeah. I think she plays more to the contacts, and these Crusader hitters sitting on, pitches is really helping them out a lot, but hurting her a lot.
Count now 3-0. So she's definitely going to have to lay one in there now. And that one's nowhere close. So runners on first and second, and Limestone's going to have a visit to the mound. I'm sure that's a rarity for her.
Yeah. Little score update for you while we're sitting here in the visit. Your Crusaders up in Mount Olive right now, who lost the first game 1-0 against Mount Olive, and just started game 2. It's in the bottom of the third, but the Crusaders are up 1-0. So hopefully that'll turn their season around. Well, they're having a really good season actually. Just get them out of this little losing streak they're in right now. And here comes the ball chance.
And there's a called strike. It does appear that Limestone does not have turf. They have natural grass and dirt. So you wonder if maybe that is affecting Weber at all, or if that has nothing to do with it.
Well, that's a very good statement because, like I said before, her only loss is to Anderson. And guess what Anderson has?
Turf.
Turf.
Yep. Very good point.
So maybe that is it. I'm not saying that she's doing terrible or that has anything to do with it, but kind of put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah.
Might just be one of those days for her.
And you wonder how popular it's going to be for softball and baseball to have turf fields, whether it's going to continue to be a thing or if it's just sort of a fad right now.
I think right now it's a fad. I think when you start seeing, I think especially, North Greenville's wanting to add a turf baseball field. I think when you see these guys, you're going to see the error rate go up, for one, if you think about it, because especially in baseball, you got the grass infield to kind of knock it down, slow it down a little bit. Well, on this turf, guess what? It doesn't slow it down any at all. And that's a ground, the fielder's choice of the pitcher back to the third baseman. But back to the turf, there's no slowing it down, whereas the grass, home teams, they'll keep it long, they'll slow it down a little bit for them, home field advantage. Where in this, any man's game.
Yeah, one thing that some turf fields, some turf fields have sand put on them to give them more of a natural bounce. And that's something that is being, yes, it's currently being considered here at Jan McDonald Field. Believe that the current plan is to have sand just in the infield.
Yes. But I believe they're going to add more pellets, rubber pellets to the outfield as well when they do it while they have the top dresser. Because as you can see, I don't know, sometimes if you folks at home can see whenever they go, those aren't shadows standing, where the center fielder are, the left fielder, right fielder, second baseman. That's the wear and tear that this softball field's already taken, and it's not really wear and tear, it's just the turf.
It's the rubber pellets kicked up to the top of the surface.
So, and another thing you'll start seeing a lot of, and you've seen it a lot of people was talking about in the World Baseball Classic, Down there in Mexico, they played on an all-turf field, and they had about 13 or 14 ground rule doubles that, could have been triples and singles and this, that, and the other, but they're hopping the wall. So that's another thing you got to think about when putting in this turf.
Yeah, the ball bounces off those rubber pellets. It's almost like a little spring.
Yeah, exactly.
And that one's hit fairly well to left field, but right to Bailey Mabry for the third out. But yeah, Dustin and I both take care of, or well, we're not the only ones, but we do our part to take care of these turf fields out here. And yeah, it amazes you how much, or not how much trash, but the types of trash that you find on these turf fields. I mean, I run what's called a litter cat, which is sort of like a vacuum. And I mean, you don't just find, little pieces of paper and leaves. You find screws, nails, bolts. I mean, it's just from, it's not like somebody intentionally throws that stuff out there.
Yeah.
They just somehow find their way onto the field, and
somebody has them in their pocket, pulls them out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think a lot of times you'll find those screws over on the cross field from the little cross sticks. They'll fall out.
Yeah, that's true. And the helmets and the, all the equipment. But yeah, it's not fun when you run it early in the morning and you pick up worms and and guess who has to pick that out of the litter cat by hand? So it's not always a fun thing, but it's what's necessary to keep up with the facilities, and you do what you can to keep it looking good and keep it functional.
I still think an actual grass and dirt baseball field is the most beautiful thing in the world. It might be less maintenance for a turf, but I mean, that's just like the other night at the Greenville Drive. That place is in pristine condition right now. It's
absolutely
beautiful.
First pitch to Sam Thornton is over to first and in time for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Both pitchers now at 35 pitches apiece. So back to the top of the lineup for Limestone, Bailey Mabry. She's 0 for 1. Grounded out her first time. First pitch to her is high and inside. Yeah, the main places of concern for a turf field here at softball are the pitcher's mound, obviously, and then the batter's boxes.
Yep.
So we're always having to. Yes, that's true. So we're always having to pour not just sand, but more rubber pellets in those areas to help with the grip.
That's one thing I hope. Which, of course, the mound on the baseball field will be different. But I myself have been trying to talk them into some dirt batter's boxes. So who knows? That's why the other people get paid the big bucks.
And there's a called strike. So 3-1 count to Mabry. Line drive to center. DeBoer thought about diving for it, but decided not to, and it's a base hit. So Tessa Fawcett, also 0 for 1, flew out her first appearance. Wind has picked back up a little bit, still not blowing hard, not blowing like we're used to out here. Jeez. First pitch was a ball. Yeah, there were a couple weeks ago. I mean, it felt like there was a Category 1 hurricane out here, man. It was blowing hard. There was some work being done on the track, and they had caution tape where the gate is, and that wind ripped right through all of that caution tape. blew the speakers for the music all over the
yeah.
place, and I'm surprised that none of this equipment got blown over.
Yeah.
Foul ball to make it 1-2.
Funny part was talking about that caution tape. Had the track closed, so they put the caution tape up. And come back one afternoon to turn some lights off on the soccer field that they were using, and there was a lady out here running on the track, and I just stopped to ask her politely, you know, hey, the track's closed, can't run on it. She was like, oh, I was wondering what happened. She's like, wondering if somebody got robbed or no, ma'am. It's just
Thought it was a crime scene?
Yeah, I thought it was a crime scene.
Yeah, the track right behind us.
And that's another facility we've yet to talk about that's new here at North Greenville and has future plans to build more onto and
Host events as well.
oh,
And there was almost a caught foul ball, but it was dropped by Wagers, but there was Morgan Herlong came over to try to make the catch too, and I think that might have caught Wagers off guard, maybe distracted her a little bit. But yeah, there is a plan to host future track and field events at North Greenville, as here is a little pop fly that gets behind third base for another base hit. So Limestone in business, just one out with runners on first and second. That one hit the corner of the infield down the third base line. Barely stayed fair.
barely.
And here's a dangerous hitter in Caroline Hill. She struck out her first time. Time called.
Here comes their rendition of Sweet Caroline.
And fouls the first one. Wagers tried to get over there but couldn't.
That's a hard ball to get to as a catcher. You better be lightning quick.
A 1 pitch, check swing, and it's in there for a called strike anyway. Well, thank you for joining us. Current view count only at 16, and that we understand that with most of the parents being here today, but we do appreciate you joining us. We are quite short-handed today, as that was a pop-up to Caitlin Wagers for out number 2. So we're doing what we can. So Emma Swearingen will step up to the plate. She is the cleanup hitter, 0 for 1 with the fly out. And a ground ball up the middle. Here comes the throw, not in time. A run will score. It gets away, but nice job by Amanda Coffrin to back up the throw, but it is 1-0. Limestone scores. So Swearingen with an RBI single. Sydney Turner, 1 for 1. First pitch to her is just outside. Coffrin now over 50 pitches.
After a quick start in the first 2 innings, she's kind of struggled a little bit here in the third.
2-0 to Turner.
But she's got 2 outs luckily, so ground ball get her out of it. What a pitch.
Swearingen did end up at second base. That was on the throw, so it was a single, not a double. That pitch high, it's 3-1. Hitter's pitch should be coming up. With 2 runners in scoring position, Amanda Cochran's going to have to be careful.
Caitlin Wagers and Tessa Fawcett kind of have a little stare down over that third. She's thrown down to her once. That's a real dangerous place to throw down to. You know, ball gets past you, that's a run in. So
Yeah, the left fielder would have to run a little while to back it up. And obviously a run would score. And here's a pop-up in foul territory. It will be out of play. So still a full count to Sydney Turner. Turner is the number 5 hitter in this Limestone lineup. Does have 6 home runs, which is second on the team. And here's a line drive into right field for a hit. That will score 2, and it's 3-0 Limestone.
Next into the plate, number 28, Haley Griffin.
Bailey Pearson steps up to bat. She is 0 for 1 with a flyout. That one fouled back, 0-2. Swing and a miss. So North Greenville stops the bleeding, but Limestone scores 3 in the inning. 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Limestone, and nothing across the board for the Crusaders, all zeros. So we'll see if they can change that in just a moment here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Leading off for the Crusaders are the 9-1-2 positions, Brooke Wade, Shayna Finley, then Grace DeBoer.
This is where you want to get started. You want that, you know, a lot of time your 9-hole hitter can be like an extra leadoff, so especially with Shayna Finley on the on-deck circle, you kind of really want her to. Good Lord.
Snap of that glove, or that mitt.
Yeah,
Sounded good.
She's pumping it.
Now, if you're North Greenville, I think you have to be as patient as you can.
Yeah.
Josie Weber, an excellent pitcher, has struggled just a little bit with her command.
She's starting to get back on it, though.
Yeah,
The last
yeah,
two innings. She's really
definitely looked better, but I think if you're North Greenville, the one thing, because, you know, obviously she's not going to give up a lot of runs, has less than a 2 ERA. That's about as impressive as it gets for softball.
Yeah. That's impressive for baseball.
Yeah. I mean, any level, too. Not just Division II, you know, any level. If your ERA is below a 2, you're pretty darn good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Shoot, if your ERA is below 3, you're
Yeah. You're doing something right. You gotta give it to Brooke Wade. She's really working a count right now.
Yeah, still an 0-2 count. 40th pitch coming up, and that one's fouled away. Brooke Wade has, when she's in the lineup, she typically does bat in the number 9 spot, but she's definitely held her own. She came into today with a 267 average.
Ooh.
So she's certainly not down there because she's a bad hitter.
No.
I think that that's Sarah Hall's plan, to have her as sort of another leadoff hitter. On base percentage of .318.
Another one foul.
Pop up in foul territory, caught at first for out number 1. So it's back to the top of the order for the Crusaders. Shayna Finley, always a dangerous hitter. She's been fairly quiet today. She's 0 for 1 in this game with a strikeout.
We're not going to talk about that. Oh,
first pitch is way inside. Wanted to go after that one, but held up. It's 1-1. Squared to bunt.
wow.
And they say she went. Count now 1-2. Yeah, if she laid that one down, it definitely would have caught Limestone off guard. Even though she is the leadoff hitter, which, you know, leadoff hitters typically do every now and then, will try to bunt for a hit. But with her leading the team in average as well as RBIs and home runs, you just don't expect her to do that. That one just high. And she's scoring to bunt again. Doesn't, but comes up empty. Her second strikeout of the game.
That'll bring up Grace DeBoer, who worked into a walk the last time.
No, she's 0 for 1. And it's going to be a Soft line drive right to the first baseman for out number 3, so nothing going for the Crusaders in inning number 3 either. So we head to the 4th. This game moving fairly quickly. So we'll be back in just a moment.
Up to the plate for the Saints. Number 3.
7, 8, 9 hitters will be up for the Saints. Macy Parker, Jordan Howe, then Sam Thornton. Then after that, it's back to the top of the order. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors for the Saints, and still nothing across the board for the Crusaders. Called strike to Macy Parker.
Oh, that's a shot.
And a couple of feet foul.
And I believe there's some rain blowing in on us. As cool as that air's getting.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
And
oh,
had a miscommunication. I think we'll see whether that one's called a single or not.
Up to the plate for the Saints. Number 33, Jordan Howe.
So Jordan Howe. Yeah, that one was just kind of hitting one of those areas where nobody was quite able to take charge and get it as that first pitch is fouled off. That one of those Bermuda Triangle areas that you like to talk about.
Yep. Ball's gonna die. That's where you want to hit them as a hitter. That's where you want to go. You want to go right back up the middle. So.
Yeah, they always say, if you put the ball in play, good things will happen.
Yeah, that's.
And strikeouts are the worst thing you can do because, you're not forcing the defense to make a play.
Yep. You're exactly right.
Especially if you go down looking.
Yeah.
And it was charged an error to Shayna Finley. That one fouled away. Count still 1-2. Yeah, Shayna Finley was the one that ended up with the ball in her glove and did end up popping out. It was a tough play, but definitely because the ball was in her glove, definitely should have been able to make the catch. Ground ball to Cochran over to first in time for the first out.
Up next for the Saints, number 8, Sam Thornton.
So here's Sam Thornton, who is 0 for 1. First pitch to her is high. outside, 2-0. Swinging a ground ball to short. Went for the tag, didn't get it. So they get the out at first.
Not a bad look by Morgan Herlong
Yeah,
on that third back.
Kelsey Rivers actually did bring her glove around trying to make the tag. Had Macy Parker run on the play, she definitely would have gotten tagged there, but nice job to keep her at second. So it's back to the top of the order, Bailey Mabry. First pitch is outside. Even though there's 2 outs, North Greenville still trying to be careful. They can ill afford to give up any more runs and fall further behind.
Yeah. Especially the way Limestone's pitching right now. She's bringing it.
Ball outside makes it 2-0. Sharp line drive that's caught in left field by Brooke Wade for the third out.
She's had her hands full today out there.
So that does it for the top of the fourth. Leading off for the Crusaders will be Megan Johnson, followed by Kate Lee and Caitlin Wagers right after this here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Leading off for your Crusaders.
Megan Johnson to lead off the inning, 0 for 1. Sun trying to pop up.
Yes.
Yeah,
Trying to make it.
currently is, just barely.
Trying to make its way back.
A lot of
around.
clouds in the area right now, but don't think there's any rain. Hopefully not, because we're in trouble if it is.
Yeah.
First pitch fouled off. That is one of the newer chants.
That's wow.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Another foul ball. That ball way low. Time called. Yeah, there is rain expected for tomorrow
Yeah.
and a couple of days next week, but hopefully nothing close to last Tuesday. As there's an unassisted out at first base. And if you're curious, don't know if there was a picture on the NGU athletics page of the soccer field, which, I mean, it pretty much looked like it had snowed on it. And yep, softball and football look pretty much the exact same way, just covered in hail.
It's pretty cold. Felt like snow.
A certain somebody took it a step further and actually decided to slide into the water. Crazy.
I guess it's better than sliding in the mud with your car.
Right.
Kind of set yourself up for that one there, Alan.
Oh man. But that was an accident though.
It was an accident. I was already soaking wet. Why not?
Trying to save a couple $1,000s of equipment. Whatever.
Yeah. Oh well. I was just trying to have a good time. Pretty good video.
Yeah, very true. Ground ball to second, over to first. Good play for out number 2. Play made by Sam Thornton at second base.
Score update for you guys for baseball up in Mount Olive. Just scored another run. 2-0, top of the 6th. The Crusaders lead. Right now you got
Wait, who's leading?
North Greenville.
Okay,
2-0.
I thought you just said Mount Olive scored another
Nope,
run.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Had a double that scored a run, and Clark Scalamero just hit a solo home run. And
Meanwhile, Caitlin Wagers is hit by the pitch. Well, 3 Crusaders have gotten on base, but not by way of a base hit. So here's Morgan Herlong, and she walked her last appearance. First pitch low. Called strike.
I don't think the Chants are working too much in this game. I think she's locked in. She's just mowing down Crusaders left and right.
And there's a ground ball. Nice job by Thornton to get the force out at second for the third out. North Greenville gets a runner on base, but that's about it, as it's still 3-0. Still no hits for the Crusaders. So we head to the top of the 5th momentarily.
Here we go again.
Tessa Fawcett to lead off the top of the 5th, followed by Caroline Hill, then Emma Swearingen, the heart of the order for the Saints of Limestone.
Now up to that, Tessa Fawcett.
First pitch is a ground ball, gets through for a base hit. So 1 pitch and 1 base hit. So I'll bring up a dangerous hitter in Caroline Hill, and having a quick discussion at the mound. Maybe there was a miscommunication as to what pitch to throw.
Now up to that, number 18.
And the new PA announcer said
Haley
8.
Hester.
Yeah, Haley Hester on the women's volleyball team said number 18, but it's actually number 13, Caroline Hill.
Yeah.
First pitch was fouled off for called for a strike. Oh, ground ball to short, over to first. Safe.
Hey, wow.
That'll certainly go down as an infield single. So Limestone in business again. First and second with nobody out. And a dangerous hitter, once again, in Emma Swearingen. And we're going to have a mound visit by North Greenville head coach Sarah Hall. It looks like the entire infield's going to come in. What kind of strategy do you usually talk about in this situation?
Well, this situation, baseball, you're talking about, hey, keep the ball down low. You need a double play, you know.
Maybe that's what she was telling them, to get in the double play depth, because she actually called Shayna Finley and Morgan Herlong over to, discuss things. So,
Oh, wow.
Limestone dugout going nuts right now.
It's like a choir. They got a choir director and everything.
Called strike.
Well, keep singing, ladies. We'll take the strikes.
I mean, whatever works.
Yeah, whatever works. But no, in that situation, softball's a little bit different. That's
That one just foul.
just foul. We'd be talking about, hey, calm down, take some breaths, slow down, maybe throw a ball over to first base, get somebody out of the rhythm, change something up, a lot of the time is, and this is something that I was listening to John Smoltz and who was it the other night at the World Baseball Classic, talking about Stroman. The biggest thing what makes Stroman so good is he's not like every other pitcher. He changes it up. So many people today teach, hey, you got to do the same thing over and over. Well, he'll come up and he'll kick that leg up, he'll pause for 2 seconds and throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Or he'll come in and he'll quick pitch it, or
Johnny Cueto kind of does the same thing.
and that's kind of where he got it from, was Johnny Cueto. And,
he does a little swag dance every now and then, too.
I'll tell you what, Stroman's right there with him. Stroman was on fire in the World Baseball Classic. And as a Blue Jays general manager, you got to be thrilled.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Big strikeout.
that's what you wanted right there.
So we'll see if she can do it again against Sydney Turner. First pitch way up high. Yeah, Limestone dugout was fairly quiet today, but boy, have they sprung to life.
Game, yes, sir. And you got to begin to wonder, Amanda Coffin is going to that rosin a lot more. You wonder if there's a blister or something starting to occur on that throwing hand of Coffin, because she's coming back every time she's getting some rosin. She's wiping her hand off. There's something going on there that's not normal.
And meanwhile, she threw 4 straight balls to load the bases.
She's also shaking her hand pretty good, so I'm beginning to wonder if there's something going on.
Nobody currently in the North Greenville bullpen.
I know Anna Rogers has been in there several times. I think I've seen Emily Murphy over there a couple times. So, you know.
And North Greenville has had 4 different pitchers this season, although Anna Rogers and Caleb McCarson have not pitched many. Anna Rogers has pitched 13.2 innings. Caleb McCarson has pitched 9.1. So I think they're going to stick with her unless they absolutely are desperate to make a pitching change.
See if she can work out of this jam.
And there's a called strike.
There it is. Big shout out to North Greenville football team for coming out and supporting the Lady Crusaders today.
Bailey Pearson 0 for 2 with the strikeout. And that one fouled away. So after 4 straight balls, 2 straight strikes by Amanda Coffin.
That's what you want.
And that one high and outside. And fouled away as well. Tell you what, with MLB The Show coming out next week, there should be a softball video game.
Yeah. They started adding
And there's a
good
pop up to third base for the second out. Amanda Coffin 1 out away from getting out of this jam.
They've started adding a few things here and there with, especially like FIFA. You know, talking about video games, they've added the women's national teams to FIFA games, and it's just, I guess, just it's not as popular for women to play video games and this, that, and the other, I guess.
Yeah, you've seen some experiments with college sports games in the past. NCAA baseball, they made 2 of those. There was NCAA basketball for a long time, but that's
NCAA baseball is probably one of my favorite games I ever played as a child. Used to go to play as Florida State and Mike Martin, and occasionally go and get Texas and go to that. At that point in time, there's at Rosenblatt.
Yeah.
So. But speaking of our football team, I just gave them a big shout out. Starting to get cranked up for football season. Just released the schedule the other day. Season kicks off here in Tigerville September the 2nd, I believe it is, against Tusculum.
There's going to be some high expectations.
Very high expectations, especially after going to the Final Four this year. So that was a very impressive streak, and we want to congratulate our 2016 football team, but it's now time to look forward. It's time to get cranked up again here in a couple months. You know, they just had their spring game today. From what I didn't get the chance to go over there and watch very much of it, but from what I heard, looked very good, very organized. You've got a tandem in the backfield with Tracy Scott and Ashton Hurd that could be lethal.
And
she gets out of it.
Ground ball to third in time, or an unassisted out at third to get out of the jam. Limestone was in business. They loaded the bases, but end up not scoring in the inning.
But back to the football program, you know, Jeff Farrington, you know, in 4 years has taken this team to new heights, you know, from back in the days of Willie Corn and going to the second round, you know, this year with a team that a lot of people had counted out early.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that just looked at the overall record and thought,
like, wow,
they shouldn't be in there.
No, they shouldn't.
But you know, some very, very tough, very high-ranked teams that North Greenville played.
I mean, if you want to even get deeper, they were at halftime down 14-0 to a nationally ranked Citadel team.
Yeah.
Who at the point in time was ranked in the top 10 in the FCS.
At halftime it was
14-0.
No, it was 21-14.
21. You're exactly right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
21-14. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, as the Limestone dugout continues to sing, but yeah, definitely going to be very high expectations with Will Hunter coming back, and it's just a big deal for Jeff Farrington to come back. Like, you know,
exactly.
It's amazing what stability at the head coach will do for a team.
Yeah, Division II football, baseball. You know, he's kind of a very big coaching carousel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Some guys are looking to go up. Some guys are looking to stay at the same level, go different places, go to winning programs. I mean, you got to count. I mean,
you look at Ken Sparks at Carson.
Exactly. You want to talk about a Crusader football team that they had to go down and play North Alabama twice. North Alabama is going to be an FCS school next year.
Mm-hmm.
For them to go down, yeah, they got people's 50 points get hung on them. Okay, who cares? But if you go and look at that roster, I want you to go and look at that North Alabama Lions roster and tell me how many Division I transfers they have. And come look at the North Greenville roster and tell me how many they have. 0 to about 22. So you got to commend the Crusaders for going down there. You know, they pulled Florida Tech in the first round. Was literally 15 miles short of flying. You know, so they had to drive down there, go down there. A lot of teams had already counted them out before they even stepped off the bus. Went down there, whooped up on the Panthers. Then come back and hosted Tuskegee team that beat Newberry, who beat us by a point in the last few minutes at Yount Stadium. And everybody was like, oh, Tuskegee's going to come in here and roll over them. And we did we steamrolled Tuskegee, you know. Almost dropped 60 points on them. So, looking to the future, it's hopefully going to be a good season. Got some good schools on the schedule. So, it sounds like we got a dolphin loose somewhere.
But meanwhile, looking at this softball program, you know, with this new facility and, you know, the continuous upgrades that are going to take place, this program is absolutely on the rise as well.
Oh, you got to commend Sarah Hall. Sarah Hall's been here. She's won a national championship. NCCAA. Not an NCAA national championship. But she's already won that. She's won several conference titles. She's come close to winning several conference titles. She's even pulled in. Back when Rachel Glazebrook here, a lot of people this might be before a lot of people's time, but Rachel Glazebrook was a star pitcher at Georgia Tech and transferred here. You know, so Glaze was a big part of that Crusader run of a national championship and all that. and they're consistently competing for a conference championship every year. So I mean, Crusaders softball's on the rise. Another one is Crusader baseball. Crusader baseball right now is on the up and up. You know,
And that's without a new
any facility.
Once they get that new one, man, it's going to take off.
I mean, Landon Powell, you know, that name has a lot of clout, especially in the state of South Carolina. But
yeah,
just what he's done in, 3 years? 3 years he's won a conference championship, competed for, and is in the running for another one this year. You know, them at Mount Olive, it can come down to them two playing off here a few weeks in April up in Burlington for a conference championship. And then who knows who, I think a lot of people hope that if we do get ranked and pulled into the region and get to make the playoffs, that there's a certain team that's from the state of South Carolina, USC Aiken, that we get another shot at after some things that happened Wednesday night. But I think a lot of people would like to see that one again.
Yeah.
Kind of
Bat flip about 20 feet in the air.
more like 400 foot in the air. But you got to respect Landon and them for not going after the next guy and hitting him.
Yeah, WYFF. gave
Thank
them
you for
credit.
that one. Give you, but just Crusader athletics in general is on the up and up.
Definitely. Men's
lacrosse. Exactly. That's where I was getting ready to go. Men's lacrosse. I mean, they just 2 heartbreaking losses this week to 2 nationally ranked teams.
But just the fact that they're competing.
And they're the
with
third. They've only been existing for 3 years, and he's over 500. You know, when you're taking 2 nationally ranked teams to the wire, I'll take it any day of the week.
Absolutely.
A lot of people, don't respect lacrosse as a sport down here in the South, but
I think it's going to continue to grow.
This last season for men's lacrosse has really grown on a lot of us down here in Tigerville. I mean, not only you got lacrosse growing up, women's lacrosse isn't doing bad. They're competing with teams. That's Brooke Wade walk, by the way. I bring up Shayna Finley, the second baseman. But, Crusaders athletics in general is just on the up and up. And, I seen a couple of the guys walk out of the gym today that was at tryouts. Wow. Got some skyscrapers.
Shayna Finley, it's been a bit of a day to forget for her. Has not had a lot of success. In fact, 2 strikeouts here in game 2, trying not to get a hat trick. Yeah, that one fouled back. It's 0-2. Josie Weber has only thrown 73 pitches.
Still hasn't given up a hit yet.
She has walked 3 and has hit a batter, but no hits. And strike out. Wow. Shayna Finley's 3rd strikeout of the game.
Golden sombrero.
Not yet, but one more. But they're going to have to get some hits in order for that to even be a possibility.
Yeah.
So we head to the top of the 6th in just a moment. Limestone flat out dominating right now, 3-0. 3 runs off 7 hits, no errors for the Saints. Nothing across the board except 1 error for the Crusaders. We'll be back in just a moment. So here at the top of the 6th, Jordan Howe will lead off for the Saints, followed by Sam Thornton, then Bailey Mabry. But actually, we're going to have a change.
Is that a 9?
Yeah, they said 9 for 33.
So that is Marissa Lonberry.
And she rips one, but it's going to be foul.
I'm telling you, if that, woo. There's been some rockets that have been turned on today.
And that one fouled. That was Amanda Coffrin's 100th pitch of the day. Lineberry comes in with a 265 average. Does have 4 doubles and 2 home runs. So that'll be a ball. And that ball fouled back. Live stats currently have Lineberry saying that she struck out, but she's still at the plate.
Wow.
So somebody trying to predict the future.
I hope they're right.
We'll see if they're right or not.
Oh.
And that one,
there's another
that
foul
one will be
ball
foul
bomb.
too.
It's like a cage bomb.
Yeah, the live stats are tricky. There's a lot of pressure not to make a mistake, because if you put one thing in there that was a mistake, it won't actually update the live stats until the next play is scored. But actually, it ends up being accurate after all. Found that out the hard way doing stats for baseball. Had a home run, but then there was a runner on base, and there was a home run hit, so it was a 2-run homer. But I accidentally forgot to add a second plus, so it said Clark Scalamero home run, and whoever the runner at second was advanced to third.
Oh, yeah. That Clark wasn't too happy about not getting his arm
No,
out.
eventually he did.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, for about 30 seconds there, it said that, and I was kind of
Clark's having a great year, by the way.
I was kind of self-conscious about that for about 30 seconds. That ball way low. Wind has died down.
Yeah.
There is no wind. Flag at center field not moving for once. Swing and a miss.
Coffrin's kind of found a rhythm right here.
Yeah, with over 100 pitches thrown, she's actually looking the best she's looked all day.
Maybe she needs to just pitch the whole first game and then just sit in the bullpen, just pitching the whole game, and then get out here in the first and do something.
So that'll bring up Bailey Mabry. First pitch is a called strike.
Oh.
Line drive is fair, right down the left field line.
Now up to bat for the Saints, number 2.
So I'll bring up Tessa Fawcett. with the hit. Bailey Mabry now 2 for 4 in the game. Fawcett 2 for 3 currently, so she'll go for her third hit right now. Big swing, but missed. And we're going to have a stolen base attempt. Not in time, so the stolen base for Mabry.
I think that one caught Wages by surprise.
Yeah, I think so too. The pitch was a ball, so it's now 1-1. That one popped up, but foul. Went out to get that one and was able to keep it alive. 114 pitches for Coffrin. Still nobody in the North Greenville bullpen. Nobody in Limestone's either. Understandably so.
Yeah. You don't put nobody up when you throwing them down there. So. Sounds like a whistle. About as high pitch as Tyler Jackson was the other night in the
And
dugout.
had to wait on that one. And that's an easy 1-3 put out by Coffrin for out number 3. So we head to the bottom of the inning in just a moment here on the North Greenville Sports Network.
Leading off for your Crusaders, Grace, 4.
So it'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters for the Crusaders up in this inning. This is going to be their best chance to get back in this game.
Yeah. No hits, so see if we can't string a couple together.
And that one hit high, but it's going to be foul.
Come on, Hurd, you got to catch that, man.
I mean, somebody handed the ball to him, he probably would have gone running.
Yeah, he probably would have. He is very hot-motored. I'm not going to try to outrun him doing nothing.
No. Line drive, foul.
You don't have very sure-handed fans here today. We've had a lot of drop foul balls.
foul as
Oh,
well, and
there
that
we
one's
got
caught.
one. There we go. Web gem of the day. I don't know that. Sam Thornton, I don't know. She probably has the web gem from that one at Shayna Feely hitting back in the first game. She, wow. That was probably the best stops we've seen all day.
And that one just outside.
Just a bit outside. Harry Carey here.
And that one gets away.
And here comes the throw out in the dirt chant.
80 pitches for Josie Weber.
Wow.
Swing, ground ball to third. It gets away. I think that's going to be an error.
That's, yeah. You're going to find one way to throw this no.
We'll wait for the live scoring to be sure. And that's one of those, if that's dirt, it takes a different bounce.
Yeah, exactly.
But still, play definitely should have still been made. But
Yeah.
anyway, we'll wait and find out what the ruling is there. Ground ball to first, and she'll get the unassisted out at first, and it was ruled an error.
No, still intact, man.
Yeah, I think North Greenville wanted, they want to call that a hit, but
They want
you
it
just
so
you just
bad,
can't.
but
You
yeah,
just
you
can't.
Landon Powell, on the other hand, he might call that one a hit. No, I'm just kidding. No, Landon wouldn't have called that a hit.
So Kate Lee
See if she
at the
can
plate.
scratch one across here.
She is 0 for 2. So now both teams with one error for the game.
Ooh.
And went after that one. And, oh, they said she didn't go.
Brought it back.
Swing and a miss. Scoreboard here at the field showing 1 and 2, but fairly certain it's 2 and 1. Swing and a miss, and no.
She is right.
Oh, okay, so we were wrong. So excuse us.
Good job over there, Haley Hester. Don't listen to Alan.
Nope. That is strange though, because they said she didn't go with the bunt. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
I guess they called a strike earlier in the count.
Must have. I guess the first pitch was a strike instead of a ball. First pitch to Caitlin Wagers, a strike. Swing and a pop-up caught by the shortstop Tessa Fawcett for out number 3. So we head to the 7th. Still nothing going for the Crusaders.
If there's anybody out there listening, Dave wants a cheeseburger, so if you're out there listening, we'd be greatly appreciative.
Leading off for the Saints of Limestone is Caroline Hill, the number 3 hitter, and always a dangerous one.
Yeah, 7 home runs on the year, 350. What is it, 356?
I mean, that's okay for this Limestone lineup.
Bull crap.
First pitch is in there for an out.
She's leading the team. I don't know what you're talking about. Pretty good.
I mean,
I wish I'd have hit
she's over 300 like the rest of them.
Yeah, but she's a little bit higher than the rest of them, too.
Yeah.
Next closest would be Bailey Pearson with a 346. So, and Bailey Pearson's only had 29 at bats, and Caroline Hills had 101. So, it shows you how good of a hitter she really is. Wish I'd have hit 300. I did a couple years in high school. Almost hit 300 as a true freshman, but just barely under, like a 290 something. But I also had quite a few what we call dingers.
120 pitches now for Amanda Coffrin.
That just makes my arm hurt.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
on ball to short, over to first in time for out number 2.
What a pickup by Kelsey Rivers.
Next up for the Saints, number 5, Sydney Turner.
So that brings up Sydney Turner to the plate. With that ground out, Swearingen now 1 for 4. Sydney Turner 2 for 2 with a walk and 2 RBIs. First pitch in there for a called strike. Amanda Coffrin, 1-1 pitch.
Popped up.
Out of play. That one low. And I take it what we talked about earlier, it's not against the rules to intentionally distract the pitcher.
No, not at all.
Yeah, the rule that I was talking about in travel ball was that you can make noise to encourage the batter. You couldn't make it to distract the pitcher. So, you know, one of our players' names was, you know, Jordan. So you would chant, you know, Jordan, Jordan, Jordan,
Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
you know, so that was how it worked. That was sort of the loophole to getting around it. As meanwhile, the third out is made. So here we go. We head to the bottom of the 7th. And we'll return in just a moment.
Leading off for your Crusaders.
So here we go. North Greenville still with a big 0 in the hit column.
See if maybe we can string one across here.
Leading off will be Morgan Herlong. After her is Morgan Roach, then Kelsey Rivers.
All three of these girls are due up, so. Well, we see Morgan.
Everyone's doing this lineup.
Well, that's true. Everybody right now is due up, but these girls have been waiting just a little bit longer than the rest.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen Morgan Roach have a couple good hacks. Herlong had a base hit earlier today. Kelsey Rivers fouled off 11 balls and one at bat, drew a walk, and so we'll see what we got going here in the bottom of the 7th.
That pitch low to make it a 1-1 count. And that one inside. Boy, I tell you what, as if Josie Weber's ERA couldn't get lower.
Wow.
Unless North Greenville can string together some runs, man, it's going to get even lower. And line drive, that drops.
There it is.
And that's a no-doubt base hit. So the no-hitter is gone. The ball did get away from Caroline Hill over in right field, but runner did not advance, so that's just a single all the way. And you know, they say there's a broadcaster's jinx, but you know, I don't. It's not like we went out of our way, you know.
No, not at all. No, I actually bring Haley Gray on the pitch run, so.
So now all of a sudden, North Greenville's gotten their first hit out of the way, and you wonder if they can get one more runner on base, get the tying run to the plate. Anything can happen. First pitch is fouled off the home bullpen, or excuse me, dugout.
Dugout there, Alan. Two different things.
I know.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
And it was ruled a single.
Well, once again, you never know with this place. Oh, and
Hop up in foul territory, caught for the first out.
Next to bat for the Crusaders, number 6, Kelsey Rivers.
So that brings up Kelsey Rivers. And I'll tell you what, things could get interesting. There's one out. This is the number 8 hitter, Kelsey Rivers, then Brooke Wade. If either of them can get on, Shayna Finley comes up to the plate. Things could get interesting.
Yeah, that's for sure.
She's had an
she's
had an awful game, but and actually Emily Murphy is going to come up to hit. So Kelsey Rivers pinch hit for.
See what Emily's got going here.
Emily Murphy has struggled this season. It has a 190 average, but not a ton of at-bats. 4 hits and 21 at-bats. Does have 1 double and 2 RBIs. First pitch was a strike.
Oh,
ground ball to second, over to second base for 1, over to first in time.
Wow.
And that does it.
And that's the game.
Wow.
Final score, Limestone 3, your Crusaders 0.
So just like that, the game comes to an end. Limestone takes both games, and they will take over second place in the Conference Carolina standings. And a brilliant outing by Josie Weber, just another day for her.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the stats to update with that last play to give you her final numbers for the day. So here we go. Josie Weber, 7 innings pitched, obviously. Just 1 hit, no runs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, 95 total pitches. For hitting, the only North Greenville player to get a hit was Morgan Herlong. So she went 1 for 2. Caitlin Wagers, Herlong also walked, and Brooke Wade walked. So 3 walks total. And then Wagers was also hit by a pitch. So Wagers actually got on base twice and just went 0 for 1. For Limestone, several players had more than 1 hit. Bailey Mabry, Tessa Fawcett, and Sydney Turner all had 2 hits. Caroline Hill and Emma Swearingen had 1 hit apiece. And then for RBIs, Swearingen had 1 RBI and Sydney Turner had 2 RBIs. So that will do it from here at Jan McDonald Field. Limestone takes both games. And our next games here for softball will be the final ones for the season, the final home games of the season against Converse Wednesday, March 29th. And those, we will have live video for that, assuming that there is no rain in the area. Yep. Wow. And a celebration begins for Limestone.
Yeah, that was.
So, what do you think? Any final thoughts?
Gotta get the bat head around. That's for sure. That's one thing that North Greenville's got to work on, is get stringing hits together. Mm-hmm. Now, I know they've seen some good pitching today, but, you know, a lot of looking strikeouts. Quite a few of those. You
know, 2 Brooklyn Fort and Amanda Coffrin both had good outings.
They did.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Just, unfortunately, just faced some fantastic pitching on the Limestone side as well. I mean, Limestone came in with a 2.08 team ERA.
Wow.
And, I mean, it showed today.
Yeah. Plus, those batting averages are just
I mean,
outrageous.
A team average of 300.
Easily.
You come in with an uphill battle when you face them.
Yeah, exactly right. So. Now looking, probably 3 of their 7 of their 9 hitters are 300 averages. So, you know, just that's a tough thing to battle right there. But, you know, it's gonna be, you know, it's a learning point. You know.
Yeah, still a lot of conference play left.
Still a lot.
So we'll see what happens, but most of them we're going to be watching on live streams and live stats, because there will be just one more series here at J. McDonald Field. So we hope to see you then. If not here personally, then on the web stream. So we thank you for joining us. On behalf of Dustin Klontz and Dave Parson, I'm Alan Cahaley, and you've been watching the North Greenville Sports Network. Have a good rest of the weekend.